Hey guys, right, today with our brand new subscription box, which is number 53, and it's all about the reveal wheel, we're going to be making this tentfold card. Now we're going to go for the blues within this one here, and what we are going to do is we're going to start off with some of the main elements that come within the subscription box. Most of this card is made using all of the main elements, just a few extras that we'll talk you through. So what I've done is I've taken one of this 5x5 card blanks, and I've taken one of this blue cardstocks. This is the colour card, and I've cut it down to 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Taken this pattern paper and cut this down to 4.5 by 4.5. And then what I'm going to do is from corner to corner, I'm going to line up my ruler and I'm going to put a little mark with my pencil. I'm going to do the other corner to corner as well and do a little mark with my pencil. That enables me to find my centre point. So I'm going to bring in a sponge mat, something soft, with my pokey tool, and I'm going to pierce a hole in the centre. Don't worry about the pattern paper, it won't be seen with the pencil line over the top, but you can rub it out with an eraser if you so wish. Now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is bring in these two dies from our box. Now within this one here, I'm going to use the half circle, and this is the sheet that you've got all of your other panels. These enable you to see your sentiment stamps. So I'm going to take this one here, it's like a scalloped circle. So what you're going to find, if I bring in my white card blank for you to see, there is a little notch at the bottom of that die there. Now if I turn it over, that whole shape die cuts, that bit doesn't. That is so we can bring in our pattern paper, and I'm going to take in my low tack tape, and this little notch I'm going to run right up against that little dot that I have pierced, and I'm going to tape that down. Taking another little piece of our low tack tape, and then with this half circle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to then just run that in the middle of my card. So I'll just show you there. Pop that to the side. I want that parallel and I want that right in the middle. Use your grids on your glass mat or a ruler or a pencil, but what I'm going to do is go into that halfway point where it runs in conjunction with the little piercing dot you've done, and we can die cut this. So I'm using my MIDI. You can use your junior or a larger die cutting machine. We're going to run this one through. So as we're running that one through, that's going to die cut these two parts. We can then remove this one out the way, open it up, and then we can take away our dies. So carefully take them away, and take that away because we don't need them. And this is what we're left with. Now what I have already done here on this one is I've popped 4 foam pads in each corner to create the height. And with this little stamped impression, this is off our stamp sheet here. So I've already stamped that one out where you've got the little arrow. That indicates for the recipient to turn the wheel, and I've put 2 little dewdrops already in position, which comes included. So that is now our main layers. What I'm going to do is set them to the side and bringing in a piece of our white multi-purpose cardstock. Now this is an extra that I'm using that's not in our box, but I know you guys by now, you're going to have so much white cardstock at home that you're going to be able to use. All we're going to do, exactly the same, run this one through. So this one's going to run through. It's going to die cut a circle with 4 little notches, and it's also going to leave a little imprint. Now don't worry, you don't need to run that through again to emboss it. It's a light guide for you to come along and do your stamping. So now we've got that one. What I'm also going to do is bringing in another little piece of our multi-purpose card, and I'm going to bring in this little stencil. So what we're going to do is hold it into place, use your sticking spray if you so wish, or a tiny little bit of adhesive. For me, it's nice and small, so it's easy to hold. So all that I'm doing is drawing around the outside, doing a little dot in the centre, and then using my scissors, I'm going to cut that one out, which then looks like that, including the 2 little notches. I've done them as well. So that is now our mechanisms. Set that one to the side. Now we can do stamping. So let's bring in our stamping mat, our stamping platform, and of course our stamps. So we've got Drink Prosecco, we've got Dance on the Tables, Eat Cake, and Celebrate with Style. You're going to use all 4. However, as you become familiar with this and confident with this, you can start to use your own little sentiments that you've got at home. And what I'm doing is I'm just running that parallel with one of the grids of my stamping platform. Could be any one. The key thing is the notch that's at the top of this stamp is going to run in conjunction of that halfway point of the little notch. So if we can see the notch there, that's going to run halfway point. So we're going to press, that we can see here, removing this one, and then all that we need to do is go around the remaining ones. So that's Eat Cake. We're going to do Celebrate in Style. So let's pop that one on. I'm going to stamp that. This is our quick dry black. You could be using your Noir Black alcohol proof if you want. Any inks. You can even heat emboss it if you want. But I'm doing exactly the same. Pressing, stamping, moving it. And then bringing in the other 2 stamps, we're going to stamp them ones out. So we've got Eat Cake, Celebrate with Style, Drink Prosecco, and Dance on the Tables. Now we get to construct a reveal wheel. So that's 1, that's 2, that's these elements. The only extra item that you will need is a little brad or a split pin, if you call it a split pin. And this is where the little legs just prise side by side. You can get these really inexpensively in the dollar store or online, but I'm just going to hold that to the side. We're going to bring in this top one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my brad through. Don't worry about the colour, because what's going to happen is you're going to cover it up. In actual fact, we're going to go into this top layer first. So press that through where you've done your little hole. We're going to do our circle. Can you see the sentiment is popping through? We're going to go through that little circle we've done. Now this is really, really small, and although it's 300 GSM, it's just enough bite, it's just enough height for you to get that rolling mechanism. So we can then bring in our main layer that we've already done. What I'm going to do is take my backing off my tape. You can use your sprays, you can use your glues, your tape runners, whatever your preference is. We all know by now mine is my tape. So if we take all these off, and because this is a 10-fold card, I'm going to make sure that my fold is at the top. I'm going to press that in. I'm going to take my foam pads off, making sure your foam pads don't cover the mechanism or stop the flow of the mechanism. We're going to mat and layer that one on. So if I press that one on, we can see we've got that roll and reveal wheel. And now to finish off, I've got in a couple of strips. So that one I'm going to set right, tell you what, let's go along the bottom, along there. I've already added my foam pads to it. Enjoy your day. This is a sentiment stamp included, but I've already pre-stamped that one out. Press that one in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this little banner here. So I've already coloured it. These ones here are all included. Use them, don't use them, they're there for you to do as you so wish. I'm going to pop that one to the top here, and now I'm going to bring in my bow. So this is from the ribbon that's in the collection, and what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to come in. Now you can either hide the brad with the sentiment, or bring the sentiment down, and I'm going to pop my bow at an angle to cover the brad. There we go. We finished our 5x5 top fold, tent fold, reveal wheel card. That one has been made using box number 53, our new subscription box, which is all about the reveal wheel.